What's up guys, it's Jeff from Dread Talk. Today I wanted to make a short video explaining why we don't use certain methods and tools when we go out into the field to determine if something's paranormal in nature or not. As we've mentioned before, both myself and Andre are skeptics when it comes to the paranormal. We don't believe in ghosts, but we're both very open to the idea that it could be possible that they exist. So we're kind of paranormal agnostics. That being said, the existence of ghosts has yet to be proven scientifically, so ghost hunting in itself is considered to be sort of a pseudoscience, which means that any evidence that we find with the tools that we do use, such as the EMF reader or the spirit box, does not automatically determine that the causation is paranormal activity. Now you're probably wondering, if the tools that you use don't inherently determine whether something is paranormal in nature or not, then why be picky with the tools you use at all? What we try to do with the tools we use is collect as much evidence as possible while trying to mitigate the amount of human interaction and influence on that evidence. So if we lessen the human and physical influence on something, we can presume that the chance of a paranormal cause for what happened is more likely. The two ghost hunting tools you'll probably never see us use because of this are the Ouija Board and Dowsing Rods. Ouija boards are extremely popular among the paranormal scene. They're sold in retail stores like Target and Walmart and have been the focal point of blockbuster movies. If you're watching this, you probably already know how a Ouija board works, but just in case, the purpose of a Ouija board is to allow you to communicate with the spirit world through a board with letters on it and a small plank called a planchet. You place your hands on the planchet and ask the spirits questions, and they are supposed to move the planchet over the letters in order to spell out words back to you. Now let's move on to dowsing rods. Dowsing rods, in one form or another, have been used since the 16th century in an attempt to locate metals, oil, and groundwater. More recently, they've been used by ghost hunters in an attempt to provide a line of communication with the dead. Dowsing rods are two L-shaped metal rods that you hold in each hand by the short side, allowing the long ends to extend outward from your body. When you ask the spirits questions, they are supposed to move the rods left, right, or across one another to provide locations or answers to your yes or no questions. Now, while both of these things seem very cool in theory, they both share one common problem: the ideomotor phenomenon. This term describes the process by which a thought or idea causes a bodily reaction. This reaction is often very minuscule, but is enough to show that dowsing rods and the Ouija board evidence can be attributed to your subconscious mind's effect on your muscular actions. Multiple scientists from around the world have shown that a lot of instances that were once attributed to paranormal phenomena were actually caused by this ideomotor effect. So for example, with dowsing rods, there's very little friction between the rods themselves and their holders at the bottom. So the rods can move due to the slightest shift in your hands at all. So let's say you're investigating a house where someone died in the master bedroom. So you go in with your dowsing rods and you go into the hallway outside of the bedroom where that person died. And you stand in front of the doorway with your dowsing rods and you ask out loud, "Where did you die?" Whether you admit it or not, you most likely subconsciously want those dowsing rods to turn in the direction of the bedroom door to confirm what you already know. So your mind causes an involuntary reflex in your hands to shift ever so slightly in that direction to confirm your suspicions. So when we're out ghost hunting, we want to find evidence, we want results. It's the only reason we're doing it in the first place, right? It's never fun to go out on a hunt and come back with nothing and come up empty, even though it happens more often than we'd like. This same logic applies to the Ouija board. Your mind wants that planchet to move and will find a way to make it happen. Now, you've probably read or seen a ton of stories of people who have had crazy experiences with Ouija boards and dowsing rods, and I'm not trying to refute those claims with what I'm explaining here. All I'm trying to do is simply explain our justification for why we don't use these particular tools on our outings when we search for paranormal evidence. Do you think Ouija boards and dowsing rods are a hoax? Have you ever had any luck with them? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram right there at the handle Dread Talk Pod. We'll see you again next time.